see the burnout being made by Cheryl Greer from Warner Robins, Georgia. Having one of his best years ever, Cheryl Greer, a longtime drag racer, he's meeting up against a relative newcomer in the sport, driving Jim Green's Green Elephant. From Linwood, Washington, this is Frank Hall. Clouds of smoke covering the track. We're in semifinal, or round number 3 action. 4 cars remain, now just 3. The winner of this to meet Bobby Rowe in the finals. A good start by both cars. But in the middle of the course, you can see it's Frank Hall. An overflow crowd at Amarillo Dragway, thrilled with excitement at the Pro Stock and now Funny Car Finals. There is Frank Hall from Linwood, Washington, and here Bobby Rowe from Fresno, California, the 2 finalists in Funny Car Eliminator, heading for that World Championship title. Over $25,000-$30,000 invested in these fiberglass replicas of today's modern muscle cars. Late model, supercharged, fuel-burning engines, 1,800 horsepower, speeds over 230 miles an hour. The crews edging up to the starting line, watching ever so close every action by both drivers. Starter Buster Couch, intently gazing at the Christmas tree, making sure both drivers are ready. The tree goes green. They leave together. A tremendous race. Bobby Rowe, Frank Hall nearing the center line, but not crossing, and he is there first. A little bit of smoke out of the car, but everything okay. And there you see Frank Hall winning Funny Car Eliminator.
Welcome to our channel, and welcome to a new kit we're going to be starting up. As you saw by the beginning, it's going to be the Jim and Betty Green Elephant. No surprise there. I'm sure you guys kind of figured this would be coming up pretty soon. It's been like a really long time since I've built a 1/16 funny car, and I think it'll be fun. And then when we're done with this one, we're going to go back to the movie and TV series. As I said earlier, I really enjoy doing those types of builds, and then when we're done with this one, I'll go back to our usual movie TV stuff. After we get done with this one, we're going to be doing the Route 66 Corvette, and then, you know, go back to our other kits I have up here with me that are all part of movie and TV series. And then probably by the time we do a couple movie TV series, it'll be October, and then it'll be time for the 18-inch Enterprise, which is also part of the movie and TV series. So yeah, this is just kind of a little bit of a detour, just because it's too fun of a kit not to start on it. Still waiting on the paint, so I thought, well, let's just start with the body first and get all the problem areas fixed, and to where all we gotta do is prime it, and then when we get our paint in, we can paint it. So the first thing we have to do is get rid of all these mold lines, and this has its share. Most large scale kits usually do have some body mold lines, and this is no exception. We had a mold line coming from the front pillar all the way down to the front on both sides. Back here we had it about this line here, coming all the way down the quarter, up over the spoiler, and back down to right here at the end of the quarter panel. So I've worked a little bit on the front here and on here, removing the mold line. I got the mold line pretty good on this one here, this side. Still need to do a little bit more work. Over here we got a dimple in the spoiler, so we have to take care of that dimple. Over here I still need to do a little bit more work. This was a seriously heavy mold line right here. It's getting there. A little bit more sanding, and I think she'll be good to go. And back here we got the seam, or the mold line, I mean, off of the spoiler. And that's pretty much where we're at. To remove those mold lines, I'm using my 2 skinny sticks, the finer grit, this side here with the white and black pattern I don't use this side, it's too rough. This side we'll use all the slicks maybe. But I use this side, And then my X-Acto blade to scrape. That's what I use. As you can see, we glued the front fascia on, and this is what it looks like. I haven't touched it. I'm going to show you what you're going to get. This is what it looks like when you glue it on. So you see we have some seam work to do between the front and the body. And then right here, all along here, we got to fill this in. Alrighty, we're back again. Got a little bit more work done. We've almost got the front done. Feels pretty smooth, feels pretty good. We'll find out once we get some primer on it. We had to go back and get those. There was a gap between the bumper and the body, so we had to fill that in because you wouldn't have a gap there. We filled in the end there. It was filled in because you wouldn't have a seam or anything there. Did it the same on this side too. Got rid of the gap using Vallejo plastic putty, and then filled that in there at the end. That taken care of, and then back here we used more of the Vallejo putty back here. We had a little bit of just a small gap between the rear panel here and the spoiler. So I used Vallejo plastic putty to get that all filled in. We had to use Vallejo plastic putty around the rear bumper because we had a seam there between the body and the bumper, and you wouldn't have that on a funny car since everything was molded as one piece. So we had to get that filled in on both sides. Underneath here I just used body filler because it was bad enough to where we couldn't use the plastic putty. We needed to build this up just a little bit to even out between the lower panel here and the body. But there was you get this in all funny cars model kits, the seam here, and we had to get rid of that because you wouldn't have that on the real body. We got that taken care of. So we had to build this up a little bit, which is why I used glazing putty instead of the plastic putty. Plastic putty is good for little areas like this where you really can't get in there and sand. You just use a wet finger, put your putty in, use a wet finger, and just go right across there, and it smooths everything out. You don't have to do any sanding. That's where this comes in really good. That's what this is good for. For building up an area, leveling out, you really need to use. I wouldn't use this. You can, I guess. I wouldn't. I would. Much better results using your glazing putty or whatever putty you are comfortable using. So that's that. So yeah, we're getting the body shaping up. It's looking pretty good. When we're all done with the body work, we'll prime it in gray primer, and so we might go ahead and do that. Just a recap on the tools. We're using Vallejo plastic putty, 3M glazing putty, or X-Acto blade, or tube glue, or liquid glue. The reason why I have this out is because this is, if you remember, I did a video a while back that some gentleman did a test and looked at the MSDS sheet on this, and it's the same stuff as the Tamiya thin. So this is much cheaper by volume if you buy this container than another bottle. So when this gets low, I just refill it with this, and I've put together 5 kits using this, and I've had zero issues. I think it grabs a little quicker than the Tamiya thin actually. So I had to refill my bottle because I was about out, so that's why this is out. Our tube glue, which I think I already mentioned, then our sanding sticks, skinny sticks, regular stick, and then my spreader. This is just a piece of a basswood, my spreader for my glazing putty. So that's all the tools we use so far, just all basic crap. So we're going to let this dry underneath here, and then we'll sand it and get it all spiffy. Hope you guys enjoy this project, this kit, and yeah, we're having fun. All right, take care. We'll see you.